Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Amy, and today we're going to be closing out the month of March of 2022. I wanted to start doing this series so that you guys can understand a little bit more about the behind the scenes of how we got all of our cash stuffing numbers onto paper and how we come up with all the numbers. So just to kind of preference, we are business owners. We've been self-employed for 2.5 years. Ever since the start of the pandemic, I was practicing as a full-time pharmacist, and my husband was a software developer. And the pandemic kind of caught us off guard because he had to be let go from his job. And we have been selling on Amazon for the last like 5-6 years, and it was just kind of like a side hustle for us. But because of what happened, and because I was also pregnant with our third daughter, he started to do more Amazon stuff, and the business just started to take off, and now we're able to sustain an income from this business. But I just want to let you guys know that it did not happen overnight. It took us many years, and we're able to kind of now get the hang of it. And we have employees, and we also have a lot of business expenses. So the numbers that you guys see isn't everything. So when people tell you about, their business sales and all that stuff, don't believe everything they say, because there's a lot more that has to come in with a business. So let's just start out with and I also want to let you guys know we have a lot of debt. So most of our income is trying to pay off these debts, and it is a big number, and we are trying to tackle the debt slowly but surely. It's going down, and we're not adding more debt onto our name. So to me, that's a win, and it's going into the right direction. So without further ado, let's start with this month total income. It is so we had two sources of income this month. This is our net, meaning what we took home after fees and things like that. So it's 31,226. So this one does not include tax. I will add tax onto that for one of our expenses. Our second income is 882. So the total here, let me see if I can zoom in for you guys. So our total here is 32,108. Okay. All right, so out of all this, now we have to calculate the expenses for our business. And one of the biggest thing, and I think I tell you guys this all the time in my cash stuffing videos, is our payroll. And we have employees, and they are wonderful to us, so we compensate them really well. And this month our payroll came out to be 12,100, and also paying business debt. You guys are going to probably laugh at this because you're like, why do you have $7,000 worth of debt? Because we are trying to get our debt, and we're aggressively paying down a lot of it. So we put $7,020 into debt. So out of all this is business expenses. So this total to be 19,120. So you guys can quickly see that after we broke down, the expenses, there's not a lot left over here, right? So yeah, you would think that I can take home that much. I wish, but that's not how much we took home. So this is what we need to work with in terms of paying our rent and all that stuff. And I will go through this and break it down for you guys, but we need to pay the IRS. So we're putting aside 25% of this amount that we're taking home. So 25% of this is 32. So for taxes, we're setting aside 3247. And we've just been doing the business for a few years, so we know that we have to pay about 25%. You guys do you. I know some people do like 30%, some people do less than that, like 20%, but just talk to your accountant. I'm not authorized to let you guys know how much you need to set aside for taxes, but that's just how much we do. Okay, so now we can take this money and start paying rent, right? We need to keep a roof over our head. So our rent this month is $3,000, and that's just what it's always been. We are doing a rent to buy type of thing where most of our rent money is going into purchasing this house. So we've already, have like this nest egg for when we're ready to buy the house. Childcare, we paid $1,700, and the rest is bills. Our bills this month is $3,180. This is the car, the electricity, the everything to kind of keep our roof over our head. So after that, let me see. We need to cut. This is our cash envelopes, and I break down our cash envelopes every single month in terms of like our food and gas and expenses and stuff like that. So for food, it's about $150 a week. So let me see now. So that's about $400. I'm sorry, $600 a month. Okay, and then for our gas, it was $320. I bumped it up to $330 this month because gas prices are rising. Spending, this is for the entire family, for my kids, from me and my husband, things that we need, and that's $400. It also includes household items too. So that's where it came in. Miscellaneous always gets $20 a week, so that's $80 for this month. So in total, so let me just put this aside as cash envelopes. So if you guys do cash envelopes, you guys know what I'm talking about. This one is business expenses. So the total here, after we add up all of our expenses for the entire month, is a grand total of $31,657. Okay, so you guys can see our 32,108 income didn't really go far, right? After everything, we only have left over $451 to put aside for savings, to add more to debt, to do whatever we want. But this is what we have left over, which isn't a lot, considering everything. But I'm hoping that one day, very, very soon, we'll be able to pay off all of our debt, and we'll have $7,000 a month to put into retirement, for savings, for whatever we need. But that is what we're looking at right now in terms of what we can stuff for our cash envelopes. It's not a lot, but we're thankful and we're grateful for any dollar that we have to our name. So we are still counting our blessings, and we just have to keep on looking forward. And the best thing about having a business is that we can control our income, and now we can think of ways to increase our revenue and make more money next month. And we've just been very blessed and thankful for that. So I hope that you guys have found this helpful to kind of give you an idea and an insight of how we break down our budget and our expenses for the month. This is for March. Every single month is different, but for the most part, it kind of is the same. It depends on how much we make from the business, but for the most part, like our bills and our expenses and cash envelopes doesn't really vary too much. But that is overall how we did this month. Let me know how you guys did for March and how you're closing out this month. I love to hear from you guys, and I thank you so much for all of your support. And with that, I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.